Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video. So y'all already know what's going on, man. Alright, y'all. So, as y'all can see by the title, the late ZackTv on the screen. Today we are here to do part 2 to the Kenneka Jenkins case. And this video will be more focused on ZackTv and the effort that he put in order to solve the Kenneka Jenkins case, right? Now, I asked and y'all answered. Y'all said y'all wanted a part 2. So we're going to go ahead and get it going in this video, right? The ZackTv situation, you know, it's almost just as interesting and deep as Kenneka's story is, right? We don't really know what happened to Kenneka. We have an idea, you know, we have an official narrative that absolutely no one believes, you know, but we don't know definitively, right? We know what happened to ZackTv, but there still remains a question. Was he killed from something that had nothing to do with him and he was, you know, caught in the crossfire? Or was he killed because he was making too much noise and searching for the truth behind Kenneka Jenkins' death? You know, before we get into everything, you know, the clips and stuff from Zack, you know, trying to find the truth, one thing I will say, Zack didn't lose his life until he started, you know, the Justice for Kenneka wave, until he jumped on trying to find the truth. So there's still, like, you know, a path that we wouldn't know had he never jumped on this case. I wonder if he would have lost his life. But we're going to get into his death. His death is almost a video in itself. You know, the clips that we have to listen to with him trying to find the truth about Kenneka Jenkins' death, you know, the phone call he got where some random lady was warning him to stay off the case, and also the infamous live that he did when he was in a hotel in New York, supposedly, where he basically broke down everything that he had found out about the case, right? So that's what I was saying. His death is almost a video in itself, and I'm thinking about doing a separate video on his death because it's a deep story as well. And for a lot of y'all that may have not researched it, you know, in its entirety, there's a whole nother theory and story behind how Zack actually died. So it leaves a lot of question on, like I said, if he died because of the Kenneka case or if it was something that happened around him and from the people in his circle. But we're going to get into that. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to explain it all. And I'm going to show the clips from the people who, you know, knew Zack and knew the people that were with him the night that he died. So to start the video off, I think we will go ahead and getting to the clip where this random lady called him and had a bunch of stuff to say to him about the Kenneka case. I was going to play a bit from him doing the interview with Irene, but that's not really, you know, it doesn't really have anything new in there that we should know. So, you know, for the people that haven't seen this clip, we'll go ahead and get into this one first, all right? Check this out.
So why would these guys target Kenneka Jenkins out of everybody in that hotel?
Listen, they said on that piece of, they said they got a picture of Mona Lisa talking about her hair was all messed up. It's in the chat. It's chat. There's another guy I get to. He's a police officer. His name is Paul Manning. See, I'm giving this information. I'm trying to get quickly.
I'm listening to you. I'm driving. I'm on the E-way driving to a video shoot, but I'm listening to you at the same time. Keep talking.
Okay, it's Paul Manning. You gotta look into him. It's MOBINFILTRATOR. That's another person to look.
Okay, and these are suspects, right?
Correct.
Okay, I got a question for you. Why out of everybody, why you coming to ZackTv instead of going to the police officers?
Because Zach, you said that you wanted to do this here.
Right.
You wanted to solve this here. I'm by myself. I don't have anybody. You just don't know.
Okay, tell me, do any of the friends have anything to do with it? Because I believe they don't have shit to do with it.
Well, I believe they got a lot to do with it.
Whoa. You said the friends got something to do with it?
I think they do.
What the fuck? Where you get, like...
They do the hand signs. I've been watching how the Illuminati, how the Baphomet, you know how they do their hands.
Hey, hold on. First off, why did you call me? First off, I don't know how the fuck you got my number. No disrespect. I don't know.
I got your number off of the Twitter account. You had it in the Twitter account.
Nah, my business number is on Instagram. Instagram.
That's it. It was on Instagram.
So, and you call, hold on. You called me private because you don't want the police to get your number, right?
This is the thing. They've been watching me the whole time. They've been watching off of my tablet and my smart TV. They keep sending me kind of little messages. They're into the phone. Do you understand the company that did this whole thing? The man that's involved in this here, him and his friends. They're joking about this here situation on the night. They got the dates on there.
Wow. This is crazy.
It's deeper than what you think. I keep on trying to talk to somebody.
Okay.
I'm just like frustrated. I'm frustrated because they keep calling my house.
Hold on.
Because listen, there are cameras in these smart TVs. There's technology that we don't even know about. You understand? They even tell you it's in your phone. Those black screens, it's in your phone. There's a camera. They're watching you every day.
All right, y'all. Now, I thought that clip was pretty interesting. The woman made a lot of good points as she was trying to basically, warn Zach that the case may be deeper than he thinks. At that time, I think, Zach was doing very good with investigating the case. But, he also was like brushing a lot of things off that people were trying to tell him. And especially that some things may not be what they seem with the entire Kenneka Jenkins case. Because I want to show y'all like another 3-minute clip where a lot of people think that another YouTuber contacted him and tried to warn him of what was actually going on as well. Also, with the clip we just heard, a lot of people thought it was Kenneka Jenkins' mom, but I don't think it was her at all because they just didn't really sound anything alike, and it wouldn't really make sense for her to be calling ZackTv and, just saying some of the things that she said. Now, would it make sense for her mom to dig and do all of that good stuff to find out what happened to her daughter? Yeah, it would make sense, but I don't think her mom was that kind of woman. And I think she really knows what happened to Kenneka to begin with. Another thing I would say about that clip is I think the woman, she was like very new to the information that she was finding out. You could hear it in her voice. And that's why she said she was getting frustrated and she wanted someone to talk to. Because, she said she thought the friends were involved. And, she was like, I'm paying attention to the hand signs, the Illuminati, the Baphomet. You can tell at that time the Kenneka Jenkins case probably got her on a real search for truth. And she started finding out a lot of information that she had never known before. So I don't think the woman was of any major influence on the case. I think she was just doing a lot of digging and she might have found a couple of things that Zach wasn't paying attention to. Zach didn't really seem much like the conspiracy type, so all those faces and stuff that he was making, he was kind of like brushing her off. Zach did seem very thorough on the way he was investigating everything and trying to find out the truth. But some of that stuff you could tell was kind of going over his head, because the other clip that I want to show y'all that was, supposedly an anonymous person that called him, he does the same thing. He gives the same faces. He kind of brushes it off when a person starts talking about things being a spiritual battle. Not every war is physical. He's telling him all this good stuff that makes a lot of sense toward the case. But Zach kind of brushes it off, He just didn't really seem like that type that had that, he just didn't seem like the type to really go for conspiracies or connect like spiritual understanding to what was going on. It's not to like say Zach wasn't smart or anything like that, because he definitely was a smart dude. But it's just certain things he brushed off that he probably could have listened to, and it may have, you know, kept him out of certain lanes on how he was moving, you know. But, you know, the lady said a couple of interesting things. You know, some of that stuff we're very aware, especially today in 2024, as far as, you know, your phones, your computers, your laptops. We already know all of these devices are listening to us every single day. We know what these black screens, these screen mirrors are on our phones, on our computers, on our laptops, on our tablets. We already know what this stuff represents. So that's why I said, you know, you could kind of tell she was really getting into a lot of this information. And even ZackTv said he never put his direct number on Instagram. It was his manager's number on Instagram. So he felt like the lady was lying about how she got his number, and his manager would never release his personal number to someone he didn't know. So it was, you know, it was a bunch of confusion on how she actually got his number to call him. And, you know, some people believe that it wasn't really a anonymous person, that Zach knew who the woman was, and they just made it seem like that, right? But that's up in the air. You know, I don't think we'll ever really know who the woman was. And if some people do out there, then, you know, it is what it is, because it really didn't do anything for the case. But it definitely added, you know, like a mysterious vibe to what Zach was doing, and if he was really getting close to finding the truth about Kenneka Jenkins, right? So in the next clip, I'll show y'all the supposed anonymous call from another guy that called ZackTv, right? And then we're going to go ahead and get into probably the most famous video of ZackTv in a hotel in New York, where he's breaking down his theory of how everything happened to Kenneka Jenkins. It's pretty interesting what he had to say. Honestly, he makes a lot of sense, and the way he broke it down, you know, it kind of like reminded me of myself on how I like to dig in things. And, you know, it really made me listen to what he has to say, because Zach makes a lot of sense in how he think everything happened. So we'll go ahead and get into those next two clips, y'all. Check this out.
I didn't know this, man. You see what I'm saying, bro? I'm telling you, Zach, fall back, bro. It ain't worth it, bro, to be fucking with these high powerful people unless you got God on your side.
So tell me this. So yo, you know, everybody know I got the Irene interview, and I got 3 more powerful interviews. I really want to drop them and leave this shit alone. But my life been threatened numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't drop this shit. If you drop it, you put the hotel in danger. All type of other shit I don't even talk about. I just stay with the rappers now. But should I just drop it and say fuck what everybody got to say?
Man, I'm going to leave it up to you, man. What you need to do, don't ask me, man. You need to go into prayer, man. You need to ask the universal Most High God what you should do. Because when you playing with this type of stuff, if you ain't ready for spiritual warfare, don't even go in this direction, because all wars ain't physical. All wars ain't physical, man. Everybody want to talk about what happened, but nobody talks about God, the real God. Nobody talks about him, man. And you have to put that in the equation. Ain't no bitch ass nigga, ain't no gangster ass nigga. I done grew up on the streets, I done all that shit, bro. But it came to a point in my life I had to face up and say, yo, you know what? God real, and his word is real. And that's when we leave God out the equation, that's when we fall short. For real, bro. This shit right here is deep, bro. These people been running the world, man, before we even came here, man. They in every city and they in every fucking town. I don't care where you go. They connected all fucking over. And the reason why you got kicked off of Facebook, bro, because you can help put the pieces together. See, the organ harvester people, they make their money. So by you putting out what's going on with the organ harvesting people, you interfere with their business. You interfere with their money, because they don't want everybody to know what's going on. Because if you put the truth out what's going on, how they gonna make some money?
Right.
They ain't gonna make no money. So you stopping their money, bro, for what's going on. So you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. You stopping their flow.
Let me ask you this. So every time I go live, no matter who page I'm on, I can never see the comments or how many people viewing the live. I don't even know if people is watching me right now. I just took a chance and did it. You think they don't want my message out here to the world?
Bruh, they don't want your message out to the world. They don't want nobody's message out to the world. Anybody that's against them, bruh, they gonna get you. They gonna try to shut you down. We ain't with these people. So they're going to use all their power, man, to shut us down in any kind of way possible. That's the reason why if you look up social media and you go do the research who owned it, and look at these people, man, most of the people in the world, man, and ain't no racist ass nigga. I'm not racist. But
now, that was another person that tried, to warn Zach or give him some advice. I think it was more trying to give Zach advice, about the spiritual battles that we all face, and especially when you're trying to take on things in life that actually will need the help of the spirit world, or you will need the word of God, or you will need God to basically be able to guide you and give you the strength, and most of all, protect you when you're going down these lanes where you're dealing with devils, basically. You're dealing with spirits. You're dealing with fallen angels that reside in a lot of these people, whether we know it or not, especially those fallen angels that have infiltrated very high places. And, you're trying to expose things. When you're trying to expose the devil, you definitely need God on your side. And, you need to know about the spiritual warfare that we all face, and we're going to continue to face at levels we've never seen before. And as you can see in that clip, Zach brushed it off, especially when the guy started talking about God, which is why I said, Zach was a smart dude, but you could tell he didn't really pay attention to like the spiritual side of things. And when he heard him talk about God, he was kind of like rolling his eyes like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people don't understand that, you need to cover yourself. You need to pray. You need to ask for protection. You need to get on that side first before you can handle dealing with that kind of stuff. Because, Kenneka Jenkins' case is probably one of the biggest, like, mysteries, or, if people want to call it conspiracies, that have came to YouTube that's not a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the biggest. People went crazy over this stuff. We've already talked about that. People literally, they went crazy over this case. And Zach definitely didn't really understand the spiritual side of this, no matter if you believe this was something that was way deeper than what they actually told us. And if there was a group of people at the top who actually were pulling the strings and sitting back laughing, watching people trying to figure out this mystery. Which comes to my next point in this video. Now, I wanted to bring this up, and I found this before I really even started gathering these clips and, thinking about how I was going to do this video. I found that there was a company called The Murder Mystery. Now, they're not just in Chicago. They're in just about every major city. And it's basically a dinner theater chain where the audience participation helps actors solve a murder mystery. Now, I don't know why I thought of this, but I thought this was just super interesting because that's what I feel like this is, to a degree. That the people who, are at the top, I almost feel like this shit was a murder mystery. Maybe ran by the people who own the hotel, or players that we just can't see. This is just a theory of mine, it made me think of a murder mystery game. Now, it's not to, say that this wasn't something that was like real, one of the hotel security guards or somebody lurking around that hotel that had something to do with the hotel, killed Kenneka. It's not to say that that's not, what happened, or that it wasn't possible, because it very well could be possible. And that's the exact theory that we're going to get into next with the other clip we got to play from ZackTv. But I just wanted to show y'all this, just in case y'all didn't know. There's a company out there that is called The Murder Mystery. And if you can have fun with solving murder mysteries, imagine what these people can do in real life. You know? How about we actually try this in the real world? Not a movie, not a, dinner, theater, audience participation kind of thing. How about we do a real one? Don't that sound, kind of crazy to y'all? But anyways, y'all, look, we'll go ahead and get into the next clip. This one may be the longest because there's a good portion of this that you have to hear because Zach really, explains what he think actually happened to Kenneka. And he has a lot of good points. He makes a lot of good points in what he's about to talk about. And I thought this clip was probably the most important one that had to do with the entire, ZackTv thing, connecting the dots in Kenneka Jenkins' case, right? So we'll go ahead and get into this clip, y'all, and I'll come back and wrap the video up. I do think I'm going to do his death in another video because it's definitely related to Kenneka Jenkins as far as the whole topic, but it deserves its own video because it goes down another lane as well. Like I said, there's a completely different theory that might, it might convince you that his death had nothing to do with this case. So with that being said, y'all, check.
We're gonna talk this shit tonight. I ain't going to sleep until I figured the case out. On a plane, I was putting 2 and 2 together. I was reading shit. I was looking at shit on my laptop. I was looking at evidence, videos from interviews, and a lot of shit didn't add up, and a lot of shit did add up. But check this out. So when you start separating facts from opinions in the Kenneka Jenkins case, you gotta take in consideration a lot of shit. First off, we're gonna talk about fact number one. Fact number one. Irene, oh shit, let me move this down because hold up. Okay, we're gonna talk about fact number one. Irene and Monifa, or none of the kids in that room, are savage and savvy. They aren't savage or savvy enough to pull off a heinous crime like that, of that nature. You understand what I'm saying? When I say a heinous crime, I'm talking about like really killing somebody from strangulation, overdose, or stabbing them with a needle with drugs in their system, and then throwing their body in a freezer. They're not that type of. I'm not saying Monifa is dumb. I'm not saying Irene is dumb, but they don't got that type of intelligence. Their IQ level isn't on that type of upper echelon to do some shit like that. Just think about that for a second. Remember, these are young girls from the west side of Chicago. Not saying they're dumb, but we really realistically thinking. For number two, Kenneka's death did not occur in the hotel. Kenneka did not die in room 926. Let me get this out of here. Let me say this. Kenneka did not die in room 926. Kenneka died in a Kenneka died downstairs. You understand what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. So people were saying, oh, she might died in the hospital. He say free Savage, free my little brother, free Savage. Kenneka, I saw a motherfucker saying yo, she died upstairs and they carry her down. And no, her friends did not have anything to do with her death. You understand what I'm saying? Even after I reviewed the tapes, because I said, I saw the dude that I interviewed. I saw him walking in the hallway. You understand? I had to put 2 and 2 together. You understand? But Shorty ain't had nothing to do with this shit. Remember, I said Irene and Monifa didn't have anything to do with that. They ain't that smart to drug her and all that other shit. She did not die in room 926. Number 3, those were just kids turning up at a kickback. Chicago. Drugs, the molly, the weed, the liquor. They having a kickback. They off the shits. They enjoying themselves. You know what I'm saying? No one came to that party with homicidal thoughts, with murder on their mind, with the intent to kill. You understand? Whether they hated her, liked her, or whatever the case may be. Nobody came to that party with premeditated murder on their minds. As black people, they in the hood. We in the hood. South side, west side. I don't care where you from. You black, you want to kill a motherfucker, you going to get it over with. Just like that. You going to get a gun, you going to shoot him and it's over. We black, my nigga. Like, we not going to take the time to do whatever to kill you, then try to hide the homicide by putting your body in the freezer, wrap it up, stretch it out. We don't do that. We don't got time for that. You understand? Black people do not kill like that. Y'all got to think about that. We don't stab, you know what I'm saying? And girls will stab you, but I'm saying and listen, sweetheart. These just all facts. Just listen to me, like, real talk. I'm from Chicago. I'm telling y'all the real mass state of a motherfucking Chicago. We don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? What she say? I can't hear no part. Check this out. We don't kill like that. So when people was like, oh, maybe it was a gang initiation. Maybe she had to get jumped in the gang. If you a hood person in the gang and they want you dead, they're gonna have you shot. They ain't finna plot on you and at that take you to a motherfucking $1 million establishment with cameras everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know they probably, like, black people don't think, but motherfuckers is not that dumb. Just think, motherfuckers isn't that dumb to take you to a full establishment with cameras is everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. In an enclosed indoor space, which is the hotel, that's filled with hundreds of guests, and we risking our chance of someone seeing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make sense. Then they would say, the gangbangers did it. Gangbangers really don't operate like that. That was a messy, extremely messy murder. Like, motherfuckers don't do that. Like I said, they'll shoot you, get you gone, put a hit on you. It's whatever. You see, this crime could have and would have easily occurred in the hood where cameras not at. Just think about it. Like, you in the hood, motherfucker gonna do a drive-by, have a motherfucker get you when you're not looking, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? No one in their right mind will go live doing a fucking murder. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Irene was off the shits. Irene was off a pill. That's why her bottom lip was shaking like that. Irene didn't go live in fear of her life. Oh my God, I want y'all to see, you know what I'm saying, who behind me or who in this room. Like, she was going live because she was blocked. She didn't even go live on her own Facebook page. Remember that. She went blocked off. She was blocked on Facebook. Like, I'm blocked on Facebook, so I'm on another person's page. Just what Irene was doing. She went on somebody else's page to go live. You understand what I'm saying? So don't say she went because she was scared. Like, she was just in that bitch turning up, trying to see what's popping. They weren't involved in this shit. Those kids that was in room 926, they were the first and most obvious suspects. So trust and believe me when I say that they were thoroughly investigated. Thoroughly. You don't think the police or the hotel would have... Hold up. I wrote a lot of notes for this. Where the fuck am I at? You don't think the police or the hotel would have had any problems airing or blasting those kids that were involved in this? But they had no reason to. They didn't... They couldn't pinpoint it on these kids because they didn't have anything. So when motherfuckers was like, Monifa did it, she not showing emotion, or Irene did it, such and such. No, Shorty them really didn't know what happened to her. They really didn't know. You know, if them people in Rosemont had any fucking evidence, they would have been put it on these young black kids from the west side of Chicago. You understand? Case closed. Boom. We're going to put it on them. We caught them doing this, doing that. Come on, bro. They would have put it on the quote-unquote hoodlums or whatever they said. What reason would they have to delete or edit any footage that shows the kids was in restricted areas? You know, we never physically seen the boys walk in the fucking kitchen. You know, people were saying, oh, we see somebody with a blue sweater, we see somebody behind it. Like I didn't see shit. I don't know if y'all mind playing tricks on y'all. Like, I ain't see shit. I didn't see anybody in the basement with her. Like, as far as the guys that was in the room, I ain't see none of that shit. So when y'all talking that shit, oh, I see this, I see that, I just think y'all tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers wasn't down there with her. But y'all know who was down there with her? Security. When you're in a building like that, you got to think, how do you get access? Who have access to unrestricted areas? Security. Who know the building more than anybody else in that motherfucker? Security. You know, oh, Kenneka was left in the hallway by herself. Kenneka was in the hallway. Look, I want y'all to really go to Periscope and download the app Periscope. It's a lady on there named Epistit or whatever. That's the lady that purchased all 36 hours of the footage from Rosemont Hotel. How the fuck is she bad? You got to think about that. Who the fuck is she the bad? What do we, like, how are you more, like, special than us that you get the baddest footage? Who are you? Where are you from? Are you from the hotel? Did they hire you? Did they want you to put it out? Why did you put out this footage after her funeral? Why? Why wasn't this funeral released right before Kenneka, you know what I'm saying, funeral, when her mother and Lenore was up there asking where the footage at? When they initially went to the hotel and was asking where the footage at? Why didn't you put it up there? It's a lot of shit y'all gotta think about. What do you say? And they told the mother, be patient because a lot of it is nothing. But you gotta really pay attention to that footage. You gotta really pay attention to that footage, because in that footage, you know who you see a lot? The fucking security guard. You know who else you see a lot? The fucking maintenance man. Y'all ain't thinking about that. Y'all so busy stuck on let's look for Monifa, let's look for the gas. Like, y'all missing a lot of good points. Hold up, I literally wrote this shit on the plane. I swear to God. I'm like, I want to tell y'all, like, I know it's a lot. Like, look, it's impossible. It's impossible to expect or guarantee silence and loyalty from a room full of 20 to 30 kids. That's a fact. Especially from those who were not involved in the crime at all. Someone would have broken or cracked the case by now. Someone would have snitched. I know Chicago is a no snitching zone. We don't fuck with the ops. We don't fuck with 12. Fuck 12, whatever. But somebody would have said, bro, y'all ain't finna just put this motherfucker murder on me. Y'all ain't finna put this case on me, my nigga. Like, I know what happened. I know who did this. I know she was seen with her. Ain't nobody tell because they really don't know shit. I was stuck. I was like, y'all, no, motherfuckers know something. People don't know nothing when you talk about the Kenneka Jenkins case. Nobody know that. None of them kids know. They don't know that. They was in that partying. You understand what I'm saying? She was left in the hallway. And let me get back to what I'm saying before I tell you how she got in the hallway. Okay. There's no way in hell that a crime was being committed in that room and people did not stop. That's a fact. Look at the situation in disbelief and be like, yo, she getting raped, she getting choked, we finna help our friend. Nobody ain't just sit there. So we know that shit really didn't happen. People will have started immediately leaving, especially those who were involved in the shit to clear their name, to get the fuck out the building. Reasons why it wasn't the owner, or he wasn't like doing the organ trafficking as y'all be saying and shit like that. The owner is filthy rich. We all know that. Like, he have numerous establishments. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so why would he want a couple hundred, a couple thousand from one particular black girl? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that really doesn't make sense. That's like a big time drug dealer who sell pounds for a living, risking serving a nickel bag of weed to get caught. That don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? First I was thinking like the organ shit, but I'm looking like, nah, why the fuck would he risk it to get caught? Y'all got to take this shit into consideration.
Now, one thing y'all got to notice is that ZackTv did that video, I don't even think a month after Kenneka died. And he said he was able to review the tapes, the 36 hours worth of footage that some random ladies supposedly purchased from the hotel themselves. Now, who that lady is, I have no idea. He never said a name. I tried finding the lady with what he said her Periscope was, but to no avail. I didn't come up with anything. So I thought that was interesting that someone was able to purchase the footage. But like I was saying, Zach recorded this just a couple weeks after everything happened. And he had a very logical response to everything as far as explaining the girls weren't involved. Her friends were not involved. 20 to 30 people partying. It would be hard to hold all of them to be loyal to one truth, especially if they didn't have anything to do with it. Saying that, if a crime was going down in a hotel room where they were all located, someone is going to squeal. Which, logically, yes, that makes a lot of sense. Somebody's going to tell the truth. If this was a natural occurring event. Remember, one of my thoughts was that this was a psyop and that it wasn't real to begin with, and that wasn't even Kenneka Jenkins' roaming through the hallway. That's what I said. Now, without this being involved with a celebrity or something like that, possibly the biggest conspiracy or case on YouTube that is not a celebrity. It is definitely like top 2, because you can believe a certain theory and you can go down that lane trying to prove that theory to be true for a very long time. Like how he was saying people were seeing things in the hallways, shadows, this and that. Now, if the footage was edited, then maybe people were seeing things, but he was like, I didn't see anything, so on and so on. Which a lot of the footage I found and watched, it's very hard to see things that people were saying that they were seeing, because sometimes when you get caught up in this stuff, you want to say, you want to see that you saw something, or, you want to believe you saw something, but really it's just kind of in your head because you want it to be there. It's almost like you tricking your damn self, but he was very logical in what he looked up, and a lot of the stuff he said made a lot of sense. Like I said, this was just a couple weeks after everything happened, so we're hearing it from someone that was very fresh with the information. I think that's important, because over time things get diluted and the truth gets further and further away, because you're looking into it so much that you start to forget that certain things make sense, some things don't make sense. So I thought it was very important that this was a couple weeks after it all happened, to get like a fresh story on what someone thought happened. And it made the most sense when he was talking about the security guard. Now, remember, I want to keep saying this. We're talking about it as if this was a naturally occurring event. Like, this really happened. Something happened to her in that hotel, as if that was Kenneka Jenkins. Like, this was not a psyop. So you got to remember, we're looking at it in that theory, because ZackTv is investigating this. He's talking about this as if this is something that really happened, like the security guard knowing the hotel better than anybody, the security guards being in the room watching the tapes. The security guards came to the room that they were partying in multiple times, as stated by Irene, as stated by 2 other guys that ZackTv interviewed. They told them to put towels under the door so the weed smoke wouldn't come into the hallways. So the security guards were very familiar with who was in that room, which also means they probably saw Kenneka before she got into the hallway and was doing all that roaming around. So he made very good points about the security guard knowing the hotel better than anyone. So in his mind, it would make the security guard be the #1 suspect, because they can lead someone to that blind spot in the kitchen, lead someone down there to the freezer that they know cameras are not facing for some odd reason. They're the ones who have the knowledge of it. So I thought that made the most sense. Now, the live that he did is over 2 hours long. Maybe in the next video that I do about his death, I can throw a little bit more in there from that live, and we could talk about it a little bit more. But I wanted to go ahead and end the video with the part that I just showed y'all, because it kind of had the most that I wanted to keep in this video, which was going over the beginning of everything, the people who were involved and the people who Zack thought wasn't involved. And I definitely wanted y'all to hear the theory about the security guards, right? One thing we got to remember, that the official narrative is that she died on her own accord. There's no crime committed. So one thing to remember, nobody can actually be charged for her death. So regardless of all of these theories, and the case is over, unless something just crazy comes out, the case is over with. So even if we believe that that wasn't Kenneka Jenkins roaming through that hallway and she was sacrificed or killed somewhere else, or, she wasn't even sacrificed at all, that this was just a complete psyop, a complete mystery for people to run around and chase their own tails trying to solve, just for, appeasement of the people who put this together, it's over with, y'all. It's done. Like, not funny, not trying to make it a joke, but it's over. You know, so I think that's just, you know, kind of important to remember that, you know, we have to take what, you know, we've learned about everything, what we think happened, and just shit. Just, it is what it is. You know, I don't think the real truth was ever meant to be known. Like I said, a lot of times when the devil is in the details like this, the truth is not, you know, the end result was not for you to know the truth. That's not how, you know, that's not how the devil works. When he in the details like this, the end result is not for you to know what's going on. It's not. You've been tricked. You've been hoodwinked. It's not for you to know the truth. You know? And that's just something we got to understand, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. Like I said, I do want to do a third part. The third part will, you know, we will cover ZackTv's death, as we'll travel down, you know, another theory about how he actually died. And we'll talk a little bit more about if, you know, his death had to do with the Kenneka Jenkins case, right? So I hope y'all enjoyed this part 2. Y'all definitely let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I know y'all said y'all would mind, you know, videos to be longer, so figure we make this part 2 a little bit longer than usual. So with that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. I'm out.